What's happening, party people? Brett Jackson Boogie is going to explain to you about how to go white bass fishing in Central Texas. This is an awesome time of the year. Usually happens around Valentine's Day, and this year was no exception. Right on time, I went to one of my honey holes and I caught 32 white bass and 2 black bass, probably within 10-15 feet of the same hole. Meanwhile, folks on the river weren't really catching that much. There was one guy maybe caught 5 or 6. My buddy who was there caught 2. And the number one secret I'm going to tell you right now is you got to get to the bottom. There's a reason they call them sand bass, is because they feed off the bottom. They basically live on the bottom. What happens is the males, which are smaller, run up the river during spring and they make their beds in the sand on the bottom. And then the larger females will come up and lay their eggs, and then the males will fertilize the eggs. So my setup, really, I fly fish. So my setup for fly fishing involves getting to the bottom. It's all about getting to the bottom. And how I do this is I use a weighted clouser minnow. Here's a picture of my flies right here. I use a clouser minnow. I use a short leader, about a 10 or maybe 15 if you want to. White bass really don't care about the leader like trout. So I use a short leader, maybe 3 to 6 feet long. And then I use a sink tip or a full sink fishing fly rod fishing line. So it's got lead in it, and the lead drops it down to the bottom, and it keeps the fly on the bottom where the fish are. And I swear that is my secret. And that's why I'll be catching like 30 or 40. And the guys standing right next to me using bait chunkers or spinning rods, they're not catching nothing because they're not getting to the bottom. Now, I did hook my buddy up with a rig. I double rigged him and I put some extra weight on there, and he started catching them right away. So I'm going to tell you, that's my number one secret, is get to the bottom. Now, the color of the flies or the color of the lures, we have a saying here in Central Texas: if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. Chartreuse and white is my favorite color with some flash. Flash or boo or crystal flash in that fly. Anyway, I showed you a fly earlier, but so those are my secrets. And I think I told you I was going to tell you where to go, but the San Gabriel River near Circleville, the San Gabriel River near Camp Tejas, the Llano River is awesome. The Colorado River near Bend is awesome. Lake Whitney, I spent some time at Lake Whitney and just slaughtered white bass and striper. So that's all I got, folks. Get to the bottom of it. Peace out. Brett Jackson Boogie. If you like the channel, subscribe or go to the next video. Thanks. Bye.